Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It is Saturday, it is the weekend. I am getting ready, actually just got ready to go get my hair done because it is a mess. Like when I tell you, it has been giving me so much anxiety. You guys have no idea. So I am gonna get a haircut because it's pretty long. I don't know if you guys can tell. And I haven't had it done, like dyed, for about 4 months now. And I know it's hard to see. The roots are not a problem, but the gray hairs are coming through. So we are going to go do that. If you guys have been here for a while, you guys know I love hair day because I go get my hair done with my sister. So we have like a nice sister catch-up day because she has kids and she also lives about an hour away from me, so we don't see each other that often, maybe on the weekends only. I'm gonna do that today, but I also thought it would be a great idea for me to vlog because we are also going book shopping. It was not part of my plan. As you guys know, I recently went book shopping. Like, I don't have anything planned out book-wise that I want to get, but you know, once we're there, I'm gonna figure it out. She has recently found her way back to books, back to reading, so it's exciting to see that part of her and like just being with someone who's excited about books. Obviously, I am going to go book shopping with her, even though I don't need a book right now. So we're gonna do that. I'm gonna bring you guys along with me, but also I was also thinking it is the beginning of August and I want to still, like, I know a lot of people have been getting ahead of themselves to fall and a lot of people are reading fall books and decorating for fall, but I myself am gonna hold on to September because I want to enjoy this month because August is my birthday month and we're still doing summer stuff. So summer is still here, we're still doing summer stuff, and to keep that going I want to read romance books because I haven't been reading a lot of romance lately. I mean, I haven't been reading much lately, but I do want to pick up some romance books. And I got a book on my Libby the other day that I want to get started on, and that is Nora Goes Off Script, and I think we're gonna get started on this book. I have heard good things about the author and the books that she writes, so I want to give her a try. It seems like a fun time, and that is one of the books that I put on hold from her and it came through, so I'm gonna start with that one. Again, I have no idea what it is about. Something about a script and she's probably not gonna follow it, so that's all I know. I also made my coffee. It's going to be a long drive, so coffee in hand. I have to go get gas, so I need to get going now. I also have my bag packed. Let me show you guys. I'm gonna take her out today because I have a lot in here. I have another shirt. This is an old shirt that I'm gonna wear just in case I get any hair dye on my shirt, which I always do. I have my Kindle. I don't think I'm gonna have time to read from my Kindle, but I'm gonna also take it with me, and my wallet, my headphones, everything's in there. So let's get going. I have to go get gas, so my sister's gonna be like, where are you? Cheers, let's get this going. Alright guys, we made it to our hair appointment and I know what I'm gonna do. I told you guys I'm gonna cut it maybe, but what are you gonna do?
I'm gonna cut it too.
You're gonna cut it too?
See?
Shut. No, better. No, I'm not gonna cut it right now. Like, it's not gonna be like that right now, but we're gonna go in now. But next time you guys see me, I'm gonna have hopefully better hair, and I'll see you guys
For sure,
after.
better hair and like, look at my color.
It's okay, they don't have to see that. Okay, let's go in. Also, I need to update you guys on the book because I'm DNFing that book, but I'll talk more about it later. It is now the next day. I just realized I didn't come back yesterday to show you guys the hair. I mean, I didn't do anything crazy, kept it the same, just a little cut in the bottom, nothing crazy. I ended up coming back home until like 10:30 at night, so I didn't have a chance to give you guys an update yesterday. My mom did my nails, which took longer than they should have. That's why I ended up coming back home pretty late. I literally just got home and passed out. So I wanted to come back here and show you guys the books that I ended up getting at Barnes & Nobles. As you guys saw, I was with my sister. We went to get our hair done, then we had lunch, which wasn't my favorite, but it was good. Then after that we went to Target, which I didn't vlog any of. I just needed bathroom shower stuff. And then we went to Barnes & Nobles, and you guys, it was so fun just walking through the store with my sister, just looking through the books. We didn't have anything in mind, like anything specific that we wanted to get. She was looking for a book called Credence, something like that, and I thought it was a horror book. I was making her look through the horror section. She's like, I don't think it's gonna be here. I was like, I'm pretty sure that is a horror book by, I think Penelope Douglas is the author. And I was like, I've seen that cover, it looks pretty, you know, like it looked like it was a horror book. Never judge a book by its cover, people. It was on the romance aisle, and I would have never have guessed that. She also got The Love Hypothesis. I told her she had to read it. As you guys know, they announced the cast for the movie, and I am so excited for that. I would love to reread that book. I think I should anyways, but I told her to buy it because it's one of those books that she will not regret having in her bookshelves. So she got those two books. And now for the books that I ended up getting, I got this one because, as you guys know, the theme for this vlog is gonna be romance, summer romance reads, and I thought this book was gonna be perfect for that, and that is Till Summer Do Us Part by Megan Quinn. I had never heard of this book. My sister told me about it, and she has a copy of it, and I told her that if I got it, would she read it with me, and she said yes. So we are going to be buddy reading this one, and I'm excited. And the second book that I got, I mean, you guys, it was at one of those tables like just for the book, and they had so many copies of this book, and I mean, the cover is amazing, and the title, like, I had to pick it up, and that is The Man Who Died 7 Times. Can you look at this cover and tell me you wouldn't pick it up? Just no. Like, I love the size of this book, and it's not that long. It's a short book, and it is a classic time loop murder mystery. And as you guys know, I am on my murder mystery era. I am loving those type of stories, and in this book we follow our main character who is trying to discover who murdered his grandpa. He keeps waking up on the same day, and every time he gets the chance of discovering who murdered his grandpa and maybe prevent it the next time it happens. So I'm excited for this one. I think I'm gonna pick it up this month, hopefully. It seems like a short read, and short and maybe fun. As I told you guys earlier, I ended up picking up Nora Goes Off Script by Annabelle Monaghan, and the AC just turned on. If you guys can hear it, I'm so sorry. But yeah, I picked it up. I was at 18% of this book, and I decided to DNF it because I was not vibing with it. I was not enjoying the way that it was written per se. I think it was moving way too fast. A lot was happening at the beginning, so I decided to go on Script. No, it's not called Script anymore, it's called Everand. And I was looking through the romance books. Nothing was catching my attention. The only thing that some of the books that I was looking at were books that I would have to reread, that I was like, I know I'm gonna like that one, I know I like this, so I know I'm gonna like it if I reread it. But I didn't want to reread a book right now. Came across this book, and it's called Definitely Better Now, and the cover caught my attention, the title caught my attention, and I was like, let's see what this is about. So I played it, and you guys, I am loving this book so much. I am so happy I came across this book. I have never heard anyone talking about this book. I have never seen it on my feed. It's just those sort of books that you come across and you know, like you just give it a try, and it turns out to be a really good book. Like I like the way that it's written. I am loving the characters, and it is so fun. It is actually. But before I go into the book, obviously I didn't know this, but I can tell you guys it has a lot of trigger warnings, so I would suggest please look at the trigger warnings. I am okay with knowing trigger warnings beforehand, but I'm also like someone that can, you know, like I can move on. I can read something like this, and like if it hits close to home, I am lucky enough to be able to manage how I feel about it and see if I want to relate with it or not, because this book talks heavily on alcohol abuse, substance abuse, and AA meetings, going to, you know, being part of AA, and also having relatives close to you who are also alcoholics. So our main character is going through something like this, so beware of all the trigger warnings, especially for alcohol abuse, and also the anxiety of relapsing and all that stuff. So please be aware of that. So with that being said, the book, I love our main character. Our main character is Emma. It is a slow romance, which I am loving so much, and also a work romance. If you guys like those, I do enjoy a work romance, especially because our MMC is, we're not focusing on him as a character. We're just getting to know him through Emma getting to know him and being interested in him, and he's just a normal person who's also interested in Emma. I wouldn't say it's a triangle, but there is another person that's also interested in Emma, also that works at the same place, and you know, there's some kind of like tension there, like what's going on with this person, what's going on with this other person, and what Emma wants. But at the end of the day, yes, the romance is there, but at the end of the day, we're focusing on Emma, our main character, and Emma coming to her 1 year being sober and trying to keep her life balanced. And something that I find interesting is the way that Emma refers to herself, as in like the Emma who used to drink was like this, Emma from work is this person, Emma at home is this person, and she's also trying to figure out who Emma is gonna be when she starts dating sober. So she references herself in like a third person sort of way, but also in a disconnected way, as in like, this Emma is like this Emma was like that, this Emma could be like this, this Emma is like this, and it's just like herself, but from a different point of view. So we are following Emma's journey and trying to find herself after being sober for a whole year. But then we also follow her relationship with her dad, who is not a sober person, and she knows how difficult it is, and she's trying to help him, but she knows that it kind of like has to come from him. But she's also trying to find a way to connect with her dad and trying to help him, but also being careful as to being close to him, because he's obviously not sober, and she can't be close to this situation. She hasn't gone to a bar for, she hasn't been at a bar for a whole year, and she's put into this situation where people have invited her to go to the bar or to go get drinks, and so far she has said no. And her finding her way to being able to be at these sort of places and being around alcohol and not relapsing. So it's like all that kind of situation. But then we also follow her, I can't remember what she calls her, but it's like the person that's with her. She calls her every day, she checks in with her every day, and she's walking her through the process of not being alone. There's also some talk about, I would say, like a friendship breakup, and the grief that she went through by losing that person that she used to have, and how different things were when that person was in her life and now she's not, like they're not friends anymore, and Emma trying to find new friends and how to work with those friendships. So it is a lot. It has great conversations, it has great themes, very strong themes, like I said, trigger warnings, but also the romance is such a good romance, you guys. I love it so much. Ben, and so far, no smut. There hasn't been any smut. I'm not sure if this book is gonna have any, but we'll see. Now that I'm interested in it having smut, but so far so good. Really enjoying the book. I am almost 50% into it. I read some of it last night, but I have been doing laundry all day, so I've been playing the audiobook, and yeah, almost halfway done with the book. So I think I'm gonna listen to it more later on because I still have to do other chores, other things. So yeah, I'm excited. I'm really enjoying the book. Just wanted to talk about the book because I'm really enjoying it, and I'll be back with an update later for you guys. Right now I have to get going because I need to go get groceries, and yeah, such is life. I forgot the name of the book I was reading, so I am looking for it. I think I talked to you guys extensively about this book, but I was reading Definitely Better Now by Ava Robinson. I have finished the book already, and I am so happy with this read. I didn't know what I was getting into. I had never heard of this book. I had never seen this book. I think it's her debut, and it came out in December of 2024, so I didn't hear much buzz about it. I hadn't heard or seen this book anywhere. It just popped on Everend, and I decided to pick it up, and I am so happy, so pleased with this book. I was thinking about giving this book a 3.5 stars, but now thinking about it, I think I'm gonna give it 4 stars. And one of the main reasons why I'm giving this book a higher rating, if you will, it's because I love the writing. It was so well written, and maybe you guys have heard this term before, but it seems like romance books now are sort of like fast fashion in the publishing industry, and I have been feeling like that about many books. For example, one of the examples that I have, it's the one I just DNF'd, which was Nora Goes Off Script. Listen, that writing for me was not it, and I'm pretty sure this is why I really enjoyed this book, and I'll talk more about it later. But for now, I am reading Till Summer Do Us Part by Megan Quinn. I have never read any books by this author. My sister is the one that brought it up to my attention, and we decided to buddy read this book, and right now I'm halfway through it, but you guys, I wanted to throw this book across the room at the 3-page mark. Listen, the writing for me is not it. This author deserves the credit that she can get because she ended up, like, at the end of the day, she wrote a book and it was published. And I mean, this cover, everything is beautiful, and right now I'm okay with the romance that is happening. But if you guys are looking for a good plot or a good story, like, I don't think this is the book for that. If you guys are looking into a book for smut in this case, I think this is the book for that, because that's what this is. Especially because this book takes place in the work environment, like, it's work related. It's just so many red flags. I mean, HR, where are you? The CEO is doing all this. Like, no, listen, just because if it had another setting, maybe that was not work related, maybe I would have enjoyed it more, or I would have been okay with it a little bit more. But since everything is work related, it's just weird. And I keep rolling my eyes. The contradiction with the main character, I am not enjoying the main character. I like the male main character, but in a sense, like, I have to picture other different characters than the ones that we are given. I'm gonna continue reading. I am all packed because, as you guys know, this is still summer. We're still celebrating summer here, and we are going to Tahoe today, so I'm excited. We are all packed, and I am gonna take this one with me to finish it. I will be making another video for the trip, so you guys will see that part in another video, but I'll have some of those clips here for you. I am gonna finish this over there, so let's head out because we have to get going. But I'll talk more about this book later because there's so much I want to say, so much. So I'll see you guys in a bit. My husband literally just got here and they're gonna bark. But he has lunch, so I'm excited. So let me do this quick. I owe you guys a wrap up on the books that I read for this vlog because for some reason, once I finish the books, I always forget to come back and update you guys on them. So here we are. I DNF'd the book and I read 2 books. As you guys saw, the first book that I picked up was Nora Goes Off Script, and I DNF'd that book because the writing was just not my style. I didn't like that she was giving us so much information like super quick and super fast. I was 18% into the book and I felt like a lot happened, like it was moving so quickly because I felt like she was trying to give us this picture of her past, what was going on right now, what was going on with the guy and everything, so we could get to the romance. I didn't enjoy the pacing, I wasn't enjoying the characters, and I knew I wasn't going to like the romance because of the way that it happened, because I'm pretty sure the actor was going to be the MMC and our FMC was dealing with a lot, and I just felt like that was going to be something else that she was going to have to deal because he was drinking a lot. Like he was supposed to be there to shoot something like in her house, this magical house that she has, and he was there to film for one of the scripts that she wrote, and then he ends up staying behind. Like the whole company, like directors, everyone that was there to film and shoot, they all left and they couldn't find him because he stayed behind. From what I read, he was an alcoholic or he was drinking too much. I just felt like he was going to be a lot more for her to deal with. Yeah, I wasn't liking the characters, I wasn't liking the story, I wasn't liking the pace, I wasn't liking the writing, so I decided to DNF that. So after that, I was looking for another book and I told you guys that I stumbled across this book and it's called Definitely Better Now. I am so happy I found this book because I really enjoyed everything about it. The writing was amazing, and that was something that I focused a lot on this video for some reason because I don't want to assume things, but you can tell that this book was thought about thoroughly and there's a lot of heavy themes on it. I talked about it a lot, but a lot of trigger warnings, and I do have to say something. I am not an alcoholic and I was never an alcoholic. I didn't relate to this book in that way, or substance abuse, whatever. I don't want you guys to think that I've related to the book because me personally, but I do have to say there's a lot of trigger warnings, and again, you guys can decide what to take from the book, what you can relate with the book, whatever. But I would suggest you guys reading trigger warnings at the beginning. At the end, we focused on Emma because she was the main character, and I really enjoyed Emma's character. It is so difficult, I mean it has been difficult lately, for me to enjoy the female main characters because for whatever reason I just don't vibe a lot with them. Yeah, I've been having a hard time with romance stories lately, but I really enjoyed this one because like I said, we focus on Emma and her trying to be better, her being sober and finding herself, getting to know herself again, getting to know who she is as a sober person. And in the meantime, she like came across this guy who is amazing. I was picturing Jim from The Office the whole time, not because of his, like he was not funny, he wasn't doing pranks or anything, but just Jim as in like he's such a nice guy and he just waits and he's so patient, and the type of like connection that he had with her, and there's no pressure. His name is Ben and he was so patient. He tried to help her. We don't see him like meddling around in her life trying to fix her. He's just there as a person that she's connecting with, and she's learning about him and learning about herself, being in a relationship, as well as like finding her way through new friendships and having friends and what to do with friendships. I think it was a great story. I would highly recommend it, but I will tell you guys to please look at the trigger warnings. And the last book that I ended up reading for this vlog was Till Summer Do Us Part, and I'm gonna give this a 1 star. I was thinking hard about this. I would give it 2, but I didn't. So basically, I don't think this is a romance story. I think this is more of like a erotica, and if you guys are looking for something like that, yes, this is a book that you guys might want to pick up. And something that I do have to say about this book is that it has illustrations. I had never read something like this, and I had never picked up a book that had illustrations. Do I think the marketing is wrong for it to be in the romance section? Yes, I think this is erotica, and if you guys want that, if you guys are looking for that, then this is the book for you. Now, if you're looking for a book with substance, like characters, like well-rounded characters, a believable plot, then maybe this is not the book for you. The writing, I wanted to chuck this book across the room on page 3. I'm not lying. The way that things were described, mentioned, very contradicting on itself with our main character. I did not enjoy the main character, obviously. And I do have to say, I was not a big fan of our MMC either, because he made, you know, like, no, it's just character development, no. Do I believe that they fell in love completely? Maybe, but I think there were other things that they were doing together that kept them together, you know what I mean? I did not enjoy the story. Again, it does happen within the work environment, and I have never been to marriage therapy. I have never seen a therapist either, but I knew from like page 1 that this counselor, this marriage counselor guy, even though he was supposed to be famous and top of the line, like everyone would go to him, like he's very famous because of what he does, I just knew that that was not a real thing. Like, there's no way a marriage counselor will be like this. But then we find out what actually happens, and I was like, yeah, I knew that was not even, like, that could not be a thing, especially because the CEO of her company is the one that tells her to go to this guy because he is her husband. And now you have the CEO of her company meddling in her life and her marriage, and then everyone at work goes to this camp that this counselor is like putting together, and it's basically a, you know, like all the couples are there for one reason, and everyone knows what everyone is doing in the camp, and it's just like, where's HR? Like, HR, hello. It just red flags all over the place, and I had to picture my own characters in a way for me to like make it funny and make it entertaining, and I hate saying that, but it happened. So for example, the couple, like the CEO of the company and her husband, the counselor, I was picturing the characters from Adam Sandler, and just go with it. Like, I think her name is Debbie or something like that. Oh, these people. I had to picture them both, like this couple, as a couple here, because that was the only way that I was able to get through them and like get through the story. But I did not enjoy it. The piercings are a whole different thing. If you guys have read the book, you guys know what I'm talking about. But it was a lot of talk about those piercings, and listen, to each their own. I did make a TikTok on the illustrations that this book has and how I didn't know it was illustrated. And based on people's comments, it seems like Megan Quinn is known for having illustrations in all of her books, and now I'm thinking that all of her books are just exactly like this one, and now I am not so much interested in them. Also, don't buddy read this with someone else. I was buddy reading this with my sister, and I'm actually happy and glad that she also didn't like it. Like, it's not just me. She also didn't enjoy it much. Like, she also thought it was too much. So if you guys are looking for too much in the erotica sense, this is for you. This is a book that you're looking for. If not, then probably not. I do want to say that if I wasn't buddy reading this with my sister, I would have DNF'd this book within the first 5 pages. Just so you know. First chapter, DNF'd. But I didn't. I read the whole thing. So that is that. Those are the books that I read. I do have to say, I only enjoyed one. So I do recommend that one. And yeah, so that is all for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope to see you guys soon. Bye.